People are invested like mad. No, not in stocks, bonds, or any of that financial stuff, but in their interests and passions, such as politics, entertainment, sports, you name it. We're talking about a different market today, not groceries or that fancy investments I said just a few seconds ago. I'm talking about prediction markets. So, what's that? Prediction markets are online platforms where you can bet on the events that will happen, elections, sports, and or even beauty pageants. Some cool sites to check out include Manifold Market, Metaculous, and Poly Market. Now hold it, this is not to be confused with online betting ads or gambling apps you see everywhere. Prediction markets are like a big brain party where people buy and sell shares based on what they think will happen. The more people join in, the smarter the predictions get. It's like having a crystal ball, but with actual data. On the other hand, games of chance are all about luck. Dice, roulette, slots, bingo, lotto, you name it. They're all about random chance. The odds are set in stone, and pure luck decides your fate. No skill or knowledge required. Both options bring excitement and the potential for some serious cash, but are different in their ways. Prediction markets are more analytical and strategic, relying on people's insights and knowledge. The games of chance are all about entertainment and letting the dice roll, the wheels spin, and the balls drop. And then there's another question. What's the difference between this and a stock market? Prediction markets are like the stock market, but for ideas. Instead of buying shares in companies, you buy, quote, shares, unquote, of what you think might happen. Guess it right, and you win big, real or fake, depending on the site. On the other hand, the stock market, like the Philippine Stock Exchange or PSE, is about investing in real companies with real products and services, hoping they'll make it big in the long run. You gotta use real money and deal with all those pesky fees. The most classic decision in playing their game is to buy at the cheapest and sell at the peak. In a nutshell, prediction markets are like fun little bets on the future, while the stock market is all about building your wealth for the long haul. Prediction markets rely on 6 key components to work properly. 1. Questions. First, you need a clear and specific question for the prediction market to answer. This helps avoid any confusion. Instead of asking vague things like, who will run in the next Senate election? You might ask something more specific like, which individuals will file their certificates of candidacy or COC in the 2025 Senate election? 2. Choices. After figuring out the question, you need to decide on the possible answers. These can be binary, which is yes or no, or multiple choice, depending on the question. Just make sure the choices cover everything, and only one, or a few, as with the Senate aspirant question seconds ago, can be the winner. 3. Probability. Participants buy and sell contracts based on how likely they think something is to happen. The contract price represents what the market thinks the probability of that outcome is. For example, if a yes contract costs 60 centavos, the market thinks there's a 60% chance it'll happen. 4. Deadlines. Each prediction market has a finish line, a specific deadline or expiration date when the results are revealed. After that date, you can't buy or sell guesses anymore, and the final price reflects the final market prediction. Then, once the right answer is known, the contracts get cashed out and people either make their money or lose it. 5. Incentives. Prediction markets encourage participants to dig up info and share it. The better your guess, the more money you can make. But if you guess wrong, you lose money, so everyone's motivated to do their research and speculate wisely. 6. Liquidity. A good prediction market needs enough liquidity. It means enough buyers and sellers to handle all the trades. No, not those in now desperate basketball leagues. These folks help keep things going by making offers to buy and sell, making sure the prices reflect what everyone thinks. So how to conceive our very own tailored prediction market? Before we dive into that, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to stay updated on future content. Get it? Future? Imagine a virtual betting arena where you can put your money on all sorts of predictions, from politics and entertainment to sports and business. It's like a one-stop shop for your inner fortune teller. Here are the 5 possible categories for tailored prediction markets for the country. A. Politics. In addition to elections, people can bet on various political events in the cycle. Example number 1. Will the SOGI bill or absolute divorce get approved before this Congress wraps up by June 2025? You can bet on that, pun intended. Or, example number 2, will the President invoke the Mutual Defense Treaty or MDT before leaving office on June 30, 2028? That question's valid for any prediction market platform, and the possibilities are endless. B. Entertainment. Showbiz junkies, rejoice! A prediction market for showbiz happenings can attract a lot of interest. You can bet on everything from celebrity events to beauty pageants. Here are the 2 example questions. Number 1. Will Eat Bulaga make it to their golden jubilee with the TVJ alive? There's a clear binary choice, and we'll know by July 30, 2029, or 5 years from now. Number 2. Will Chelsea Manalo make it to the top 20 at the Miss Universe pageant in Mexico? We know the pageant's happening, but we don't have the exact date yet. So the deadline is by January 31st, 2025, unless the Miss Universe organization makes an announcement. C. Sports. Sports fans, you're not left out. It's like fantasy sports, but it's based on the real life results. An example and reasonable question might be, will the defending champion Pampanga Lanterns make it to the MPBL finals? The market will show you the odds based on what others think will happen, with a deadline like December 31st or earlier to see who called it right. D. Business. Forget the stock market, which gives you a slow buck. This is like a business fortune telling arena. Bet on things regarding our economy, like will the inflation rate for the mentioned month reach a certain percentage? That deadline will be a few days after the reference month. Or you can play the long game. Will the closing exchange rate reach 60 pesos to $1 before the end of 2024? E. Miscellaneous. The fun doesn't stop here. You can even bet on everyday matters, like whether this year's bar exam passing rate will be higher or lower than last year's. The options are as diverse as your imagination, provided it has a realistic one. There are a few considerations we need to think about before we start our first prediction market. I reckon New Zealand has that same concerns. Here's the real thing. Most people won't get it, or they might get away too emotional about the questions. Apart from those 2 reasons, there are a few specific concerns I wanted to talk about. 1. Using real money to bet. The first issue is the worry about gambling with real cash. But not all prediction markets use real money, like Manifold does. Fair enough, we can change that part or adopt that part. But here's another problem. 2. Legality and regulation. It's unclear if prediction markets are legal in the Philippines. In general, gambling and betting are legal unless approved and licensed by PAGCOR EEC or PCSO. It's not sure if prediction markets will be seen as illegal gambling or legitimate financial instruments. The whole thing's a gray area. Plus, with all the drama around Pogos lately, this one might just get lost in a mess. 3. Incentives and manipulation. Prediction markets work only when people are honest about what they think. But there's always the risk of big money or hidden agendas messing things up, especially if they're watching us right now. Keeping things fair is key, but it's tough in this ecosystem, especially when there's so much at stake. 4th, adoption and liquidity. Prediction markets need a lot of people, a critical mass, to be effective. Low acceptance, heck, even recognition, and liquidity can result in erratic prices and difficulty in getting in and out of positions. Trusting and using people is a massive challenge. So, what do you think about this? Do you reckon prediction markets could take off around here? Or would they get shut down before we even get a chance to get going? Let me know what you think in the comments. In the meantime, feel free to check out this random video or the whole playlist. Catch you later, folks!